Hey, thanks for stopping by Mystic Messages. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. Hope everyone's doing amazing today. I just again like to remind everyone that YouTube is the only platform that I use. So if you happen to find these videos elsewhere, please either report them or you can anonymously contact me. I'd appreciate that. And if you find that any of those videos are asking you for donations of any kind, please know that that isn't me. I am not asking for donations at this time. That being said, let's begin. I was getting ready to do my workout, and I was stopped. I kept hearing the word "do unto others." Okay, so this is a message that needs to get out there. It is from the divine, and most of the deities in the divine realms. Okay, and what it's saying is that we need to not just take that saying "do unto others" as a suggestion. If we truly want to raise our vibration, okay, if we truly want to follow a path of spirituality, it's imperative. It's imperative to treat others the way you want to be treated. It's very important, okay? It doesn't only help your own karma and raise your own vibration, it helps to raise the planetary vibration as a whole. So we can either choose to be part of the problem or part of the solution, okay? And doing unto others doesn't mean that you do things because you expect to receive something in return. That's not how it works. You know, for instance, when you take care of the planet, when you recycle, when you pick up garbage off of the floor that people carelessly leave around, you are doing unto Mother Earth, Mother Gaia who is there for you, Mother Gaia who sustains life for you. You are showing respect for the land, respect for the water, the air, everything, all our existence. Without that, we can't function. So it's very important for us to do these things, not because we expect something in return, but we choose to live and coexist peacefully with others, including being in resonance with the planet. Okay, not just the planet, but the animals, the plant life, the rocks, the sea, everything possesses a soul, everything. Okay, and when we learn to understand that, we can learn to respect ourselves as well. Okay, again, doing unto others, not because we expect something in return, but because we freely want to give from our heart. Forgiving those who have hurt us is another way of doing unto others. We don't forgive for them. We forgive for the benefit of ourselves and the planet. Okay? People are going to do what they're going to do. And many of you out there have been hurt and harmed by others. I get that. That's been the constant story of my entire life. Okay? And in my past, I used to be upset about that because I couldn't understand, because I always gave with all my heart. I didn't have ulterior motives. I didn't expect things in return. What I didn't expect was the lies and the deception and the harm that people set my way. But it's okay. What used to make me angry, I've learned to transmute that, okay, into love, into spreading it on the planet, into giving it out to people. Now, does that mean I'm always all sweetness and light? No, okay. And a lot of times I have to speak truth, okay? That's painful. But I do it out of love. That's the whole point. I'm not here to sugarcoat anything or win prizes, okay, for being the most spiritual, because that's not realistic, okay? Spiritual people, people like myself, we have feelings too. We can feel anger, okay? We can feel sadness, we can feel hurt, but it's what we choose to do with it. And there's many people out there, unfortunately, who think that they could do things without consequence. And the divine realms, especially Source, wants you to know, okay? Everything you do is being recorded. Regardless of how far you think you've reached in life and you think you got there on your own, you didn't. So anyone who's a politician, anyone who's an executive of some type, or runs YouTube, for instance, or any other kind of platform, who thinks that they can interfere with people who put these messages out like myself, if you think you're going to stifle us, you're wrong. And if you think it's not seen, it is, and it's being recorded, okay? Like I always tell everyone, and my friend Ann always reminds everyone, Mother Gaia watches everything. She records everything. She records every single thing that we do, good, bad, or indifferent. Okay? So when you think no one is looking or you're getting away with something, you're fooling yourself. And if you participate with others to harm others, okay, who have done nothing to you or just harm people in general, don't think that there's going to be an excuse made for you, okay? Or you think that you're going to get away with it because you weren't aware or you followed someone else's advice. That's on you, okay? When you're an adult, you make your own choice. Everyone was given free will. Like they used to say years ago, okay, especially people in my neighborhood. If someone's going to jump off the Empire State Building, are you going to follow? Okay? Again, we all have free will to do what we want to do. So there's no excuse. There's no getting away with. When you put things out there, when you want to harm innocent people, or when you try to destroy spiritual channels in some way, and regardless of how high your position is, whether you're a politician, whether you're a big time executive, a CEO, or whoever it is you think you are in this 3D plane, okay, you need to be reminded. You are being reminded by the divine realms that you too, you too are going to be judged for the things that you do. And if you think you're getting away with it, or if you've gotten away with it for many years, thinking that consequences are not going to follow, think again, especially when you're receiving warnings like this. So if you happen to be an executive who's finding this video, this is your warning to stop it, to cut the shit, because game over. You're seen. Everybody knows what you're doing, myself included, and many other spiritual channels out there who are speaking truth. We have a right to speak truth, okay? We are protected by freedom of speech. And just because someone doesn't like what we have to say doesn't mean they have the right to try to stifle it or prevent us from speaking our truth. It's not going to happen, okay? Many of us, you don't know who you're messing with. We are very protected people. We are protected in the spiritual realm, okay? And that's not a threat. It's not to say that we're going to throw, voodoo spells on you and whatnot, because that's probably what you're ignorantly thinking from what you're hearing. We don't need to do that. We're protected, okay? We were brought here to speak truth to individuals who want to learn, who want to help raise the planetary vibration. And again, you have free will to do as you choose, but choose wisely, because consequences are around the corner for each and every one of you. Okay? And if something doesn't happen to you, it might affect your family members, your kids, okay? Your loved ones, people you're close to, okay? Some of you, unfortunately, are going to lose homes, cars, because of the negative energy that you have put out there year after year after year, and laughing in people's faces, okay? Thinking that you're getting away with something, thinking that it's unseen. Again, Mother Gaia is the ultimate stenographer, and she has assistants. She has assistants documenting everything we do. So everything is seen. And we're coming to a point on this planet, whether you want to believe it or not, in this realm, where things are going to be revealed. And karma is going to be delivered. And balance is going to be restored, whether you like it or not. So those of you who think you're up high now and you have millions of dollars and you have all these connections, it's not going to last. And again, this life is temporary. You need to start thinking of the next, okay? Or worse yet, being reincarnated and recycled, okay, back into this existence because of the poor decisions you made, because you learned nothing while being here. When you watch a channel like this, you don't have to follow or agree with everything, but maybe you can listen to something, some word that's being said in it, okay, and pay attention, because this might be your opportunity for you to be able to open your eyes finally and change your direction, okay? My videos have been stifled over and over again since day one. I've had a community of people doing that. They're doing their best. But they're not going to stop me. They're not going to discourage me. And anyone else like myself who has been given a divine assignment of any kind, I encourage you to move forward, because that's what they want. They want to discourage us. They want to make us think that our messages are not getting out there. If the messages weren't important, they wouldn't work so hard trying to stifle them, because they fear that. They fear the truth coming out. because it exposes the garbage behind the scenes that they don't want you to see. Okay? It exposes every tactic that they have. Like they make you believe, they make so many people believe that they need things. Everybody working in conjunction, the media, politicians, all of them. I'm not on the side of any politician at this point. And what I see going on around me is absolutely deplorable in every way from each and every politician because they're all showing exactly how self serving they are, regardless of what side of the aisle they're on. And yet they have everyone convinced and have divided the country down the middle, especially in the United States. They cover up things. When things are starting to be exposed, they create a huge problem because the exposure was happening. Again, deflect. They put cell phones in your hands, those smartphones, making you think that you need them while they're keeping you stupid, while they have you distracted, watching ridiculous TikTok videos of people being harmed because it's funny. And those are the things that people watch, unfortunately. Those ridiculous reality shows, garbage for the brain. Okay, the junk food that you eat, the food that they provide for all of us. All of the food's poison, and there's no such thing as if you really believe that because the label says organic, you're getting something that's organic. You're shitting yourself. Okay, there's no proof of that, none whatsoever. And if organic food, yes, organic food is important. Why isn't it supplied for everyone? Why should it be more expensive? Other countries where they have socialized medicine, okay, not to say that's perfect, but let me tell you something. They don't allow garbage in the food of their people because they want to keep the medical costs down, but not in a capitalist society. Okay? They don't give a crap. They have you buying supplemental insurance. I mean, what happened to the days when one insurance was sufficient? And even that was a big racket. But yet no one questions. And maybe some of you out there need to start questioning and waking up and realizing that what people like myself are telling you is the truth. And they try to make us look like we're the crazy ones. But that's cool. We can take it. The divine realms made us stronger, gave us the ability. We don't need praise from others. We don't need validation from others. Okay? We don't even need to waste our time doing this. We're doing this because this is our mission out of the goodness of our hearts. And for those of you who have eyes to see, true eyes to see, will understand who we are and what we're doing. Okay? And those of you out there who think you can harm us anyway using witchcraft, black magic, or, trying to, you know, prevent our videos from moving forward because you're working behind the scenes in some kind of corporate bullshit, think again, it's not going to happen. You're being seen. You might be able to stifle it temporarily, but it's not going to last because people are going to wake up, and that's what you fear. That's the biggest thing. But I know my rights as an American citizen. I have a right to speak. Okay? If other podcasters out there, the ridiculous ones that preach division and hatred, can be promoted all over the place, then so could these messages. And if you're doing something because someone's asking you to do it, to be part of the problem in preventing these videos from getting out, you are just as guilty. And if you're in that group circle and you know that that's going on and you say nothing, even if you're not participating, your silence is participation. And you too will receive the consequence. And it baffles me, why would anyone want to be around people who do negative things? I never understood that. Why can't people have enough guts to stand up for themselves? Okay? And say, you know what? I don't resonate with that bullshit. That's not a positive way to be. I'm trying to do something beneficial for my life and the planet. Everybody expects good things to happen for themselves. They all do. Everybody wants. Why me? Why me? And everything goes well for them. And yet, do they appreciate? No, they don't. They rather carry around a bag, Louis Vuitton, because it looks nice to have an L and a V all over your pocketbook. Meanwhile, you don't realize you're paying money and giving that person free advertising. And for what? It's a bag like any other bag. It's meant to carry things. But people feel the need to have that. Just like they feel the need to have the BMW or the Tesla or the Range Rover. Oh, because it's more expensive. Not realizing those cars cost more money to maintain. It's all a racket. Okay? And that's the problem with our society, unfortunately. The ego. Everybody wants to be looked at and stared at. Okay? Everyone. Personally, I never gave a crap about that. Lifestyles of the rich and famous does nothing for me. It actually turns my stomach the way those people are. Instead of using their money for good, they spend it lavishly on nonsense and on garbage. It brings me back to the time where that person bought that artwork. I think it was like $6 million with the banana that was stuck to the wall with a piece of duct tape, and that sold for $6 million. And the person who spent that money on that, just because they felt that they could, it's sickening. Why didn't they take that money and help people that are starving, help an animal shelter, do something for the planet? This is what we need to look at. It might not be easy to hear, okay? What I'm saying to you might be very difficult to hear, and you might be thinking that it's coming from judgment. It's not. It's because I love people enough to tell them the truth, regardless of whether it's going to hurt. Yes, I am a spiritual person. Yes, I resonate with many deities, okay? Yes, I know there's one God, the Most High, but yet there's other deities that I respect as well. I may not walk with every one of them, but even those on the negative side have a purpose, okay? I respect them for what they are. I don't entangle myself in spiritual matters of that kind. It doesn't pertain to me, okay? That's why I don't believe when, people don't realize they're possessed half the time because they think that it looks like The Exorcist. They think that people are going to be spitting pea soup and turning their head around 180 degrees. That's Hollywood bullshit. Real possession is so low profile. It's so low key. Okay? And it comes in the form of many ways of gossip, lies, stealing, everything that has become acceptable in our world today. Those are negative attachments. Those things are lowering your vibration. Okay? You're not going to be throwing up split pea soup and spinning your head around. It don't work that way. And I have further news for you. There's not one human being on this earth that wants to entangle themselves with the darker energy. Okay? You don't want to entangle yourself in that because you don't have any ability to get rid of, and I don't care if you're a Catholic priest or some preacher at random thinking that you're putting on a show for people. You have no ability to take on the supernatural world. You have no ability to banish spirits from anyone. Those spirits were placed in those people because those people allowed themselves, through their actions, to bring those spirits into their life, and only they can get rid of them. No amount of incantation or holy water or priest or whatever you are is going to get rid of that. Okay? They can probably neutralize it for a little bit, but 9 times out of 10, it's never successful. Okay? Because again, through free will, people allowed, they left cracks in themselves to invite that in. Again, through their negative behaviors. Okay? Not taking care of the planet, not caring, being selfish, being narcissistic, wanting everyone to look at you. All these things attract negative energies. Those are negative behaviors, and they're very subtle. That's why most people don't realize that they have attachments because they're so subtle. You know, unfortunately, I've been able to see those attachments in people, including a past person in my life who turned my life upside down because, again, that person used my empathy against me. Okay, made me feel bad. Every time I was being guided to move away from that person, okay, I kept them there because they kept bringing up stories about having cancer and whatnot, knowing that I wouldn't have left them at that point, okay? And I wasn't aware because every time I went to work, they were having doctor visits, okay? And then coming back with these wild stories and then never allowing me to go to the doctor, and we used to argue about that because I wanted proof. Because my guides were telling me something is not right. This person is lying. They're lying to get your empathy. And I wasn't aware at the time. I had also just lost my partner a few years earlier. I was older and I was feeling very lonely. So I allowed this individual into my life who turned my world upside down. And unbeknownst to me, there were so many other people whose lives he turned upside down that I was able to have contact with later on. So this has been a serial behavior. A person who's very narcissistic, sociopathic, someone who used to, uh, which I thought was strange, when he used to idolize Charles Manson, okay, David Berkowitz, whatever the guy's name was from the Texas Chainsaw, I can't, Ed Gaines, okay, idolized them, thought it was wonderful, kept trying to convince me that, you know, that Charles Manson was innocent because he never committed any of the crimes himself. Other people did it, and then it made me realize he was talking about himself. He got other people to commit his crimes, and this is what he was idolizing. And he felt that Charles Manson was innocent because he committed no crimes, totally negating the fact that Charles Manson, you know, coerced those people into committing those crimes for him. It's sickening when you think about it, and it's sad. And that very person decided to get a group of people with his new spouse to come against me personally. And as you can see, I'm fine. I'm right here. And they did everything they possibly could, from black magic to gang stalking to, you know, cyber stalking, and anything you could possibly imagine, using their influence, okay, to affect my channel and to affect channels of those that I watch because they seem to follow everything that I do and they think that I'm unaware of it. We're all aware, and you're all starting to receive what you put out. The energy is returning to you, okay? And now don't come crying. I warned many of you, just like I'm warning the rest of the collective out here about the behavior. I gave you many chances to stop. And again, many of you might think that I'm engaging in black magic and stuff for the things that are happening to you. I don't engage in that nonsense. I would never lower myself to that. Never. The bottom line is you're receiving what you put out. You were warned and you were smug and you listened to the wrong person. You bet on the wrong horse. You bet on the wrong two horses. And they dragged you down with them. Two people who deserve each other, okay? Who coerced an entire group of people who didn't use the sense in their brain because they were keeping you constantly engaged in their lifestyles of the rich and famous, the drugs, the alcohol, the rampant sex, and they took you all down with them. And now there's no turning back. You're going to have to make up for the negative energy you put out. And don't say that you didn't understand. You understood, especially when you were going after innocent people like myself. You understood exactly what was happening. And yet you continued. You were warned. And I could bet, I bet, $10 million that you probably all laughed in my face when I was warning you. That's cool too. I really don't care. It doesn't bother me. Laugh all you want. But I know from my heart I was trying to help you, even though you didn't deserve my help, because I feel that I wasn't going to lower my vibration, not for any of you. So if any one of you out there thinks that you're going to come to me now and try to apologize in some way and say that you didn't know, all you're trying to do is trying to alleviate the karma that you know is coming to you. The apology is not sincere, and I don't want it. I don't need it. I make closure for myself. And that includes the rest of the people out there like myself who I've been in contact with, who I know that this is going on with. It's not just my channel, okay? Not just my channel. Nobody wants your apologies. And the apology, guess what, is not going to do anything to alleviate the karma you got coming to you, unfortunately. You made your free will choice. You followed the wrong people. You thought it was funny to hurt people that you didn't even know. And now it's not going to be funny. And unfortunately, this is going to be a hard lesson learned. And it's not just going to go away. It's going to continue, unfortunately. And that includes every individual who've worked together with you, including people at YouTube. Okay? Because one of the people has media connections, my friend Java. He thinks he's smart and nobody knows what he's doing because he's been getting away with stuff for years. But unfortunately, Java found out that being a homewrecker is not funny. When you try to take someone else from someone, you're not doing anything. And when you took that creature from me, Java, let me tell you, I forgot. I wanted to thank you for doing that. I really do. Enjoy what you got. You play stupid games, you win a stupid prize. And that's exactly what you got. You got somebody who's exactly like you. And the both of you deserve each other. And again, I wish you all the happiness in the world. Unfortunately, I know that things are going to be very rough from here on out for you. But again, you made your choices. I didn't bother you, but you bothered me. You couldn't just let me go on with my life. You couldn't let the people that I watch on YouTube go on with their lives. You wanted to interfere. And now, unfortunately, you've created such karma for yourself that I don't even know if you're going to pay it off in the next 10 lifetimes, you know? And the unfortunate part is the next lifetime that you're coming in, you're not going to remember any of this. And you're going to wonder why your next existence is so horrible. But it is what it is. You made your choice. Okay? Again, this was just a reminder for everyone out there to do unto others. Source wants everyone to know. The divine realms wants everyone to know. It's not just a nice suggestion. If you expect nice things to happen in your life, you need to put nice things out there. You need to love unconditionally. You need to forgive, and not for those who have harmed you, but for yourself to raise your own vibration. So it's better to be part of the solution than to be part of the problem. But again, you have free will choice. I want to thank everyone again for stopping by, especially for the real part of the collective. I really don't know how many of you are actually real because I have so many people, with fake profiles on here, but that's cool. Hopefully, these messages get to the people who need to hear them. And we'll see you again soon. Take care.